Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you. Hello and welcome back in the tub for episode 159. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And this week, well, we may have a little slightly shorter episode. We have an interesting article that popped up and want to kind of discuss. Kind of flows into some things we've discussed in the past. And then we're going to talk about something that was just announced as part of the upcoming Exotica Chicago Expo coming up in April.
Is it something new?
It is something new, but I'm not quite sure if it's something that has happened in the past, because I saw someone post that, hey, they're back. So we're going to discuss that a little bit and in the second half. So sit back, relax, enjoy. All right. Well, we are back here again, episode 159. And this first half of the show, we're going to dig into an article from BuzzFeed. And this is something I had saw someone post about on xbiz.net on one of the message boards. And kind of said, okay, we've discussed a little bit of this and some of the things that it discusses on past episodes. But this one is interesting because someone did this survey. So this BuzzFeed article is from February 19th, 2025, and it is titled 5 Fantasies Women Think Are Underrepresented in Porn and Why It Matters. And
Interesting.
So there was a lot of conversation on the XBiz discussion boards. And for listeners, the xbiz.net is for industry people, media producers, performers, toy manufacturers. It encompasses people that are within the industry. So, and there's some good discussions and some good articles on there. There's some not so good ones. There's venting. There's a little bit of everything. So this one did jump out at me, and so I kind of wanted to dig into this and see some of the feedback and some of the conversations that come up in this article based on what we have had discussions on in the past. And then, as Mrs. pointed out, there's 19 comments on this article, so we'll dig into that as well.
So the link to the article was posted on the...
It was in the discussion board within XBiz. Yeah, on the xbiz.net site.
Okay.
So, starts out, it says, a new study is shedding light on women's porn preferences, and you might find some of the results surprising. So, well, I guess here we go. This is a very small group.
Okay. Well,
Says,
300 adult users.
Yeah. So the erotic audio platform Bloom, not familiar with, says they surveyed 300 adult users about fantasies they'd want to see more of in porn and erotica. The top 5 among women are as follows. And the percentage, actually. So it's that, essentially these are what came in the top 50.
Okay. We starting at
Yeah, we'll start at the top and go down through.
Okay. So number 1 is threesomes at 77%.
Interesting. So question there is, and I'm sure we'll get
What
into
type
it.
of threesome?
Exactly. So that really would be interesting to know as well. But I'm sure it'll get into it farther in the article.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, women receiving oral at 54%.
Okay.
In my head, where's my head going?
From who?
Exactly.
Yes. What is that scenario?
3, romantic sex at 52%.
And here's the kicker. Number 4.
Rough sex, also at 52%. So they were an even tie.
Split right down the middle. Mm-hmm. But then number 5 is domination at 50%. And again, that from industry standpoint, domination which way?
Right.
Domination female to male or male to female? Mm-hmm. Or female to female. I mean, it could be any way.
Right.
So there are questions still here. Very interested to see if they will expunge on them. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Expand?
Expand on them in the article as far as which ways. Because that is a lot. I mean, that changes the thought process. Now, at the same time, looking down through this list, the question is, where are the people searching for things like this? Are they afraid to search for things like this? So they're not aware that things like this are out there? Because threesome has really become, shit. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's been a movie that I have watched in the last 10 years that hasn't included at least one threesome within the movie.
Right.
It's kind of become a standard. So, the romantic sex, rough sex, well, you got to be looking for the right stuff, but plenty of that is out there. And as we have stated plenty of times in past episodes, domination in the BDSM world has really grown to where there's a lot of it coming to the forefront. So,
I mean, and I can kind of see where they say more, they want to see more of women receiving oral. Because sometimes I kind of think that, like, not as much time is spent on that.
From a foreplay, and
As-
it's the noise and the spit and the slobber of a blowjob.
Right.
And traditionally, I guess, porn was, from its early time and beginnings, was kind of geared towards men.
Right.
But, it makes sense. So, again, let's... when it gets into it, though we were surprised to see threesomes at the top of the list for women, sex experts we interviewed didn't necessarily feel the same. They offered insight on why some of these tropes are so popular. So, they stated, our sexual fantasies empower us to combat feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. They serve a crucial function, especially for women who may have been conditioned to feel shame around their sexuality. All right, that's fair in what that states. That is, we're in a, it's always been that you grow up Catholic. That's what it is. This is what you are. This is what you do. So, all right. I mean,
even from a non-religious standpoint, it's not
Yeah.
You know.
It's not accepted. So it goes on to say, for instance, in a scenario involving a threesome, one might visualize themselves as not only desirable, but also proficient in satisfying multiple partners. It serves as a counterweight to the self-doubt enforced by societal expectations. So there we are, societal expectations once again. What we were conditioned for, what we were raised upon, and quote unquote, morals and the norm. Let's see. So what is this? Is not surprised by anything made the top 5. So this is a quote from Nicoletta Heidinger. And she hosts Sluts and Scholars podcast. I believe I've heard of that.
Yeah. She's also a therapist and sexologist.
All right. Not surprised by anything that made it into top 5s. They're in line with similar surveys and research on the topic. So here, this is very, this does kind of point out, I guess, some of those questions we had. She pointed out that people who already use an erotic audio platform aren't necessarily a representative sample of the general population, which is important to note. They already are open-minded and understand.
Somewhat, anyway.
Yes. Because of where they took these people, they're not from the quote-unquote vanilla world. And I'm sure the answers would be different in the vanilla world. If it was random vanilla people off the street, I'm sure some would be like, ew, porn. So...
Let's see. Oh, a sex researcher wrote a book in 2018, and he surveyed more than 4,000 Americans about their fantasies and found that group sex, threesomes in particular, were indeed one of the most common turn-ons.
Okay.
But there was some variation in how likely people were to voice this fantasy, how likely they were to act on it, and how likely they were to enjoy the experience if they did. Straight women were the least likely to share their group sex fantasy, least likely to act on it, and have the least positive experience when they do.
So fair. Based on how, because, a straight woman could enjoy that fantasy, or may, if it were her and 2 men.
Right.
2 women and a man and a male, and she is straight, may not have the same response. So again, it gets down to that, what is the scenario?
Right. Women with any degree of same-sex attraction were more likely to talk about these group sex fantasies, more likely to act on them, and more likely to have a positive experience when compared with straight women.
So there it is.
Well,
and
I'm sorry, but well, duh.
But I think a lot of that is too, they are more open to even sharing and having that discussion.
Right.
It's if you're open enough to say, I'm bi, I'm lesbian, I'm pansexual, whatever it may be, then as compared to, oh, I'm straight, I have no thought, okay, cool. That's your thing, and that is fine, and there's no judgment. But there's more, I think, openness once you get into
right
expanding in those other tags. As well, she believes there's an intriguing connection between women's fondness of romantic intimacy and their appreciation of oral pleasure. So this is saying, okay, oral pleasure, that's female receiving. Which, here we are right here. The depiction of women receiving has witnessed a surge in various romantic storylines, possibly portraying it as the ultimate gesture of love and acceptance. For numerous women, it goes beyond mere physicality, underscoring the importance of feeling valued and cherished. And that resonates with the preference for adult content that shows an emotional bond. So, putting your tongue in the holiest of holies, there's an emotional connection, a physical connection, a romantic connection, all of it.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like, remember how at one point when we got into lifestyle, we had a no kissing rule, and there are still couples that do. But, and I think I've heard this said multiple times, and I think we've said it, if you're gonna put your mouth on the naughty bits, what, like...
Yeah, exactly. You're putting your tongue in the holiest of holes, well, and, there's no kissing? Okay, wait a minute. No. Again, it's that...
To me,
it's another layer.
One is way more intimate than the other.
Yeah. So again, there's that... And that, in turn, as we're looking at that progression, it goes from We've got mail. That'll be a future episode. It goes from the oral, then the next one there was romantic sex. So it makes sense in the progression, the way these things were on the list.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't come as a shock that more than half of women showed an interest in seeing more rough sex and domination.
Yeah. So as we get more into that, now it goes ahead and talks about, all right, there's more. It's the kinds of more reasons that fantasies are popular among cis women. Women are in charge so much at home and at work in their everyday lives. The idea of letting someone call the shots is a bit appealing. So that's where the rough sex and the domination. So that's stating, this is assuming that that females are looking to see this from the female being the sub.
Right.
Male domination side.
Mm-hmm.
I can see where it's the flip side as well. This that says, women are in charge of so much at home and at work in their everyday lives. Well, I can see where there's a place that they need to get frustration out.
Right.
And have that dominant side.
Mm-hmm.
So, it could go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Chances of you experience some type of non-consent. Nope, we're not going to. So it actually went into, which this turns around where I just went, and this is coming again from a therapist that talks about women and having unwanted sexual experiences and non-consensual encounters. Mm-hmm. They want to flip that table with rough sex and domination. Mm-hmm. So it's just another mindset. So I guess as we talk about it, it could be both ways.
Yes. Wait. Oh, go back.
Oh.
One thing that did surprise this sexologist about this survey was what was not on the list. There wasn't a higher percentage of gay and lesbian themes, as those are usually highly watched for women.
So that's interesting that, within a genre, if you look at, female watches, the gay and lesbian is. Now, when you go to threesomes, yes, that could be, again, as we said, female on female. Mm-hmm. The oral could be female on female. Like any of these could be, they just didn't dig deep enough.
Right.
So again, this was interesting.
I don't think their minds work quite like.
No.
Yeah.
So there is another part to this article, but we're going to
What were the comments?
view the comments, I think, only because, all right, there's one that just right off the bat. Yeah, so here we go. And we're not going to go to the first comment because that is just, that's
Well,
someone that
and
doesn't know
there's-
either.
There's gotta be one.
What porn is made by women for women?
Oh, I think there's a typo.
Yeah.
It says what I want is it. I think it probably
yeah,
should say
yeah.
what I want is porn made by women for women.
So I thought it was interesting that women want more story-based. So this is actually farther down. This is another part of the article. So maybe we'll wait to get into these. Let's go back to the article. Oh, boy. Back to the article. Here we go. And
Uh-oh.
didn't work. Oh, boy. What the heck happened? Oh, that's why. Hey, found it. All right, here we go. Back to the article and done.
So there's a second part?
Yes. So this now it goes into porn preferences in men and women.
Okay.
So and it just based off of that, I was like, oh, okay, I know where that is. All right. So here we are. When asked about the differences between what men and women generally want to see, and this is still Heidegger,
Yes.
it's not so binary. There's some gender differences, but a lot of science. There's a book, Tell Me What You Want, and other research say that men and women fantasize about many similar topics. The way they interact with these may look different. So, one of the differences is how much men and women prioritize a narrative in the sexual content they consume. Women care more about the context, setting, and story. We've had that conversation.
Yes.
That was some conversation that we had last episode. If you go back to 158, we had a part of our conversation with Ray Ray
Yes.
was about how she has changed since last we talked and gone from kind of the gonzo and, walk in and let's do it to her movement into the production and directing of storylines and props and settings and costumes and really having that narrative there. You've shared that's your preference.
Right.
I do like it from time to time. Yes. I'll get into something with a good storyline, but at the same time, yeah, a guy just wants to see the freaking hot, raw sex.
This may be due to estrogen-driven folks having more responsive desire as opposed to spontaneous desire. This is often why many women turn to audio erotica or erotic content made by women. Women tend to gravitate toward porn with narratives that carry emotional depth and context, and a storyline or character development.
All right. Fair.
Men, however, have historically been drawn to more visually explicit content, like videos showcasing different sexual acts.
And essentially the gonzo world. Or the bang bus world. Drive up. Hey, how you doing? Need a ride? All right, hop in. All right, cool. You look hot. Let's go. And you bang in the back of a van. All right. And there's something for everyone. It goes back to the industry.
Right.
There is something for everyone there. Although the landscape has evolved in the past decade, historically, explicit content has been tailored towards men, lacking emotional depth between characters. Fair. Another factor to consider. This is an interesting one. Women may have underlying safety concerns when it comes to sex, which makes backstory more important to their enjoyment. That I think goes back to the previous comment of, are some of them looking for the rough sex and domination because of previous non-consensual encounters or bad encounters?
Mm-hmm.
So they feel more safe when it comes to having a story because you're essentially watching a movie.
Right. Contextual pornography can provide a safer avenue for sexual exploration.
That sentence right there, I think, is really kind of impactful in this whole article, just because of that. Mm-hmm. It's your story. You feel safer. You get gratification from all ends.
It's important to consider the why
behind the differences.
Some believe innate gender differences determine what sexual contact we're drawn to, while others acknowledge the role that social and cultural conditions play, quote unquote, in our beliefs about what is acceptable for us to like.
And again, that is just something else. I've said it how many times? That's what we were raised to understand.
Yeah. In other words, our quote unquote boys just born to love trucks and the color blue? No.
So, now that being said, now we'll go and look at some of these.
We dive into the abyss of the comments?
Yeah. Oh. Now I want to get into some of these comments. All right. So what I want is porn made by women for women. Mm-hmm. So the response was, I thought it was interesting that women want more story-based porn. I was shocked at all the women reading 50 Shades, a terribly written book that was hardly passable as erotica. Then I realized how many women have zero access to pornography. Yeah, it's on your computer, but I mean socially acceptable access. Many women still feel guilty and won't watch it, even when alone, but felt it was okay to read that book. My point that is, it would be nice to have movies produced by women with actual sex scenes with good actors and plots that have a social acceptance so women can watch and enjoy them. And not wrong, but what that says is, are these people here?
But
what are they looking for?
Right.
Because yes, if you're saying porn and you are going to Pornhub, you're going to, X Hamster. Well, that's not. How many of these at the end of the day are going to free sites?
Most.
That's right where I'm getting. Okay. Yes, well, you're not going to find these videos, these movies on free sites. Mm-hmm. And if you go to the porn shop and you pick up some DVDs, I'll be honest. The majority of DVDs I've ever seen in porn shops nowadays, which is dwindling, there aren't a lot, are gonzo. They aren't movies. They aren't features. You need to go to, Wicked.com. Adulttime.com. I mean, Adult Time probably has the largest, collection and selection of anything and everything when it comes to niches and genres and all of that.
There's a comment that actually is something I said when we were going through. Thank you. I hate in porn. It's 20 minutes of men receiving oral, 5 seconds of a woman receiving oral.
And yeah, that's as you said, it really is. The focus typically always is on the blowjob when it comes to the foreplay. Because it's loud, it's messy, and again,
which honestly,
you don't care for either. Yeah. These are all already categories that have ton of representation. Yet, maybe watch some.
No, I like the next one. Anyone who thinks these vanilla categories are underrepresented has simply not bothered to actually look. but looking should not be so stigmatized for women or anyone.
Yes. I mean, that's it. You know, it said, you know, they said at the end of the article, oh, you know, well, women, you know, are afraid to watch it or, you know, don't watch it even by themselves. Well, that's the problem.
Women think threesomes are underrepresented. They are definitely not watching much porn.
Yeah.
Again, that goes back to what kind of a threesome are you looking for?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See, right there. And somebody's
Yeah.
response, maybe it's threesomes with 2 men instead of 2 women. I wish it was specified. And it's not. So, but again, what this comes down to is, you know, I really wanted to look at this because, well, we've talked a lot about this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it comes to the AEBN trends, what's growing, you know, for this article to come out, yes, it's only 300 people, you know, not kind of sure what they're...
But there is also information within this from other surveys and
that reinforces it.
But with more participants.
Yeah. Yeah, that really reinforces some of this. Again, these top 5, you know, what are your top 5? Shoot us an email. Let us know what your top 5 are that you look for in porn. Because, well, these ones here, again, are saying they wish there was more of. There is a lot. It's about where you find it. It's about going to the right places, again, not the free sites. Pay for your porn.
Yep.
And with that, we're going to take a short break, and we are going to come back and talk a little bit about the upcoming Exotica Chicago convention and something new that's been added to the list for that event.
This episode is brought to you by Kasidie.com. Have you ever wished there was an all-encompassing way to find sexy, like-minded people in your area? Well, Kasidie has hit that on the head. The Kasidie platform brings the best of sexy social media, profile searches, rendezvous, party calendars, and travel all into one. Find and make new friends, share your naughtiest of pictures with select friends in your Backstage Pass, and plan your next naughty encounter all at once. Follow the Kasidie link in our tub to try it out free for 30 days. When you join, you'll be added to our community to get some early sneak peeks. You'll also be first to know where you may find us out and about.
All right. Welcome back. And it's time for a little conversation on Exotica Chicago in the Windy City. Actually in Rosemont, but it's close enough to Chicago. It's close enough, but far enough away.
And the wind will still get you.
Yeah. As we said on the last few episodes, it is April 11th through 13th at the Donald Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont. Friday 5 to 11, Saturday 1 to 10, and Sunday 1 to 6. We will be there. Wow. Just looking at the website now, the rooms are sold out. So the 2 host hotels, I have never once in the years we've been going, this is the 4th year now we're going to be going. This has never been sold out. The Embassy has always had rooms. So I'm glad I booked ours a month ago. And yeah, the DoubleTree next door, it says extremely limited. So they went fast. And
But didn't I see it say that it's the 20th anniversary?
no, that was last year.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that was last year. So As we talk, there was something that literally just today was announced. We are going to roll down through this because, wow, it looks like there is a lot of after parties, which is wild.
But is that all?
Oh, yeah.
All
So
of
this
them?
isn't all of them.
No.
Now, we'll worry about those later on because that's not correct. So,
They were all the way at the bottom
yeah.
for Chicago.
Oh, it says Chicago 25 coming soon after parties. And the list, there's still going to be a lot of
Right.
changes coming to this.
But
What we did want to, this is interesting. That's kind of new. So, what we do want to talk about is the Fannies.
the what?
The Fanny Awards. So, this is something.
Fanny is in bums?
Yep, FANNYS. The 2025 Fanny Awards. They are the Exotica Fan Choice Awards.
Okay.
So again, I just saw this launched today, and these are happening on the Saturday night of Chicago Exotica, which on their website there's a countdown, so that is 47 days away. And let's take a look at this. So, what you need to know about the Fannies. The Fannies. Officially, the Exotica Fan Choice Awards are the industry's premier fan-chosen award show. They're scheduled for Saturday, April 12th, 2025. They're going to take place at the Grand Ballroom at the Convention Center on Saturday evening. Pink carpet, 10:30 to 11:30. The doors open at 11, and the award show starts at 11:30. It's a 2-hour event approximately. So
That's on the long day.
that yes, it is on. That's going to really make Saturday very interesting. The show goes until 10.
Right.
So based on cleanup, refresh, makeup for the performers that are going, it's really going to make that interesting. And I'm almost saying, all right, are a lot of those performers going to be off of the floor by 8:30 or 9 o'clock? Like it really is.
Probably.
Just in that, looking at that's interesting. So attendance. The event will feature a large number of stars participating in Exotica, along with top industry members and select fans. Now, this is where it gets interesting because I'm not sure that the performers are getting tickets. I did look. There is pricing. Media does not get tickets. It actually says that farther down. Media has access to the pink carpet from 10:30 to 11:30. That is it. You need to buy tickets for the event. So let's look at the voting and how this goes because this is interesting.
Okay.
So the voting goes.
24th to... It's right there. Today
See,
until...
No, but there are 4 different levels of voting. So,
okay.
yes.
Sorry.
So, right here, voting. The nominations are February 24th through March 10th.
Okay.
You can submit 1 vote per category every 24 hours. Final voting, March 14th through April 4th. That is for the top 10 nominees in each category.
Okay.
Again, 1 vote per category every 24 hours. When you vote, it asks you to give your email address. So that's how they're tracking it. And then the winners are announced at the show on April 12th. Now, unlike other shows, the categories there aren't a million categories, which is nice. So here are the categories. Coxman of the Year, which is the male performer of the year. The most valuable vagina, It's the female performer of the year.
Most heroic ass, or best anal. New girl on the block, or female newcomer of the year. Who's your mommy? MILF performer of the year. Thirsty girl, best oral. Melanin sensation, person of color performer of the year.
Cyber hustler, cam girl of the year. Whole lot of love, the BBW performer of the year. Trans Amore, the trans performer of the year.
Super freak, kink performer of the year. The Who? Most underrated star, clout queen, influencer of the year. Why am I tripping over words?
And the last one is digital deviant, content creator of the year.
So how many, what is there?
So essentially
14 total?
No. So what is that? Yeah. No. 18.
Okay.
That is it. Yeah, right? 14. I can't add.
Yeah.
I can't multiply. Yeah. So 14 categories. And it's straight to the point. It very much is straight to the point. It encompasses everyone. And it encompasses people that are going to be there. So again, I think this is it really is a interesting event. It's cool. I'm not sure. Again, I can't say if they've done this before. I thought I saw somewhere where it said it's back. So I don't know. If a listener knows, let us know. But here is the ticket information. So again, with this, normally Saturday night is our event that we do. So this could throw a wrench into it. Not sure. But there are 5 ticket options. And again, it is very limited. So there are 2 front row tables. It seats 10 people. So you buy a table for 10. And you have your own dedicated cocktail server for that table. It is $2,500. A VIP table, dedicated cocktail server, 10 people. There are 10 of those at $1,300. So $130 a person. It's not terrible. A front row table, single seat. And it says only tickets purchased together guarantee you will sit with that person. So you're going to be randomly sat. Okay. There are 20 of those at $300.
2 tables.
Huh?
20 tickets. It's tables of 10.
Oh, yeah.
So there's only 20 tickets, so there's only 2 of those
Yeah,
tables.
there's only 2 of those tables. So the VIP table there's 60 single seats. And that doesn't... Oh, it does have a cocktail server. So it's a little farther back. So essentially, there's a front row table. So there's 4 tables in the front row. And then essentially, there's 16 behind that. So a single seat at the VIP table is $160. And there's only 60 of them.
Yep.
General admission seating and access to the bar is $60 a person. And it doesn't say how many of those. Again, it's in the ballroom. I'm not sure which ballroom. They have some large ones there. But it is something that is, again, unique. It is different.
Oh, you can view the seating chart.
Oh, look at that. See? It even has a seating chart set up. Look at that. Published floor plan. General admission, it does look like there's a decent amount of, a general admission seats, probably another 60 or 100.
But it's still not a bad distance from the stage, though.
Yeah. And industry tables. So this, I guarantee, is for the people that will be at the convention. These are for the performers. Those that are already registered. So if you have a booth, you're going to be able to attend the show. So that's really what this is.
Yeah, so those VIP tables
So the VIP tables still are not a bad set.
No.
This may change our take on things. But again, the Exotica Fanny Awards, something to, again, you can find that on the website is thefannies.com. We'll actually put that link on the show notes for this show. So you're able to check that out, get on and get some votes in for your top performers that fall under those categories. Again, we talked to a lot of them about
So did you
award shows and everything.
vote yet?
No, I haven't. It just came up, like I said, as I was kind of sitting and researching and looking. So I haven't even, I just got on and checked out the website. I didn't really do anything at all yet with it. So especially with the nomination round, that is nominate by name,
Right.
by who it is. So there you are. But again, we will be there. We may not be at the Fannies. We may be at the Fannies. Who knows? That's still up in the air. But
Fanny's up in the air?
yeah, who knows? That just means it's a good night. But with that, we're going to call this episode a wrap.
Sounds good.
And we will catch up with everybody again next week. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. Berg Couple for Fun on Twitter and Instagram. The Bergs on Facebook and Reddit.
Website?
OnlyFans
Yeah.
is... What's the OnlyFans? There's two of them.
There are.
Did you... yeah, I remember that one. There's two of them. So, there is ours. Is Berg Couple for Fun. But then... Then...
Yes.
Mrs. has her own.
That's right.
Oh. And that is...
Mrs. Berg.
All right. So, you can catch us there as well. You can hit us up on email, thebergs@inourtub.com.
Right?
Our website is inourtub.com.
Catch us on Free Swap or
Full.
full Free Swap. Full Swap Radio.
I mean,
See, you asked me if I remember my
Free
lines.
for all swap. I mean, hey.
On
more the
Full Swap
merrier.
Radio.
Yes. Monday at 9 and Fridays at 1. And hey, keep an eye out on those social medias as well. That's where our travel plans and the upcoming where we gonna be is gonna be. So, with that, remember to pay for your porn. Support all the wonderful, beautiful content creators and performers that we have on this show, that we know within the industry. Take care of yourself, mental health. Do what makes you keep ticking and being yourself. Remember to wrap it before you tap it. Lick it before you stick it. And until next time.
We'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.